Took him out, and eventually he ended up with a mother monkey somewhere else. What really upset me more than anything else was reading the researchers' protocols, which we did at Peter later, and learning that, of course, they could have studied blindness in human infants, but the researchers were just too damn lazy. They didn't want to drive to the homes of parents who had a blind child and work with the child. It was just too much effort for them. So it was much easier for them to break the mother monkey's heart, to ruin this infant animal's life.
I worked about 15 years in a mid-city emergency room, and one of the things that you really come in contact with all the time is pain and suffering. It's something that is very disturbing when you're actually in a face-to-face contact with it, and we dealt on a daily basis with this. And it was actually during that process that I realized that human beings weren't the only individuals that were experiencing pain and suffering. And the more I learned about our relationship with animals and what we were doing with them, the more distressing it became to me that nobody was really addressing the issues of the pain and suffering of these animals, because pain and suffering is pain and suffering regardless of what sort of organism you're talking about.
Whatever your species is, whether you have a tail or not, those criteria are just as irrelevant as what your race or gender are, because there is no good justification for our believing that we are superior to animals. Now, it's true that they can't design spaceships. It's true they don't compose sonatas. We don't run like the wind. We don't have the grace of the gazelle. We don't hear with our feet like elephants do.
I do believe that our relationship with animals, our relationship with our natural world, is going to have a profound effect upon our ultimate fate.
And when we take that next qualitative leap in our own thinking and our own moral evolution, then we will see that we have evolved.
Terrorists, but nobody in our movement has ever hurt a living thing. Most of my friends I know have been in prison, some 3 or 4 times, but they never give up. I've had my grandson in jail, I've been to jail, my daughter's been twice in jail, my youngest daughter. I couldn't live with myself if I just lived here and didn't try to change things. I spent half my life feeling such pain for the animals, and the other half such hate, because it's the hate that people can make money out of suffering, innocent creatures that have never hurt us, and that we've got a government that calls itself civilised, and we're the enemies. Nobody in our movement has ever hurt a living thing. We've had 4 of ours get killed. One was my beautiful daughter. Went and run up. She always put hands up like that, and she'd always been took away by a copper.
We put our life on hold for this.
And we will bring to it so
Even if someone gets hurt.
someone will eventually get hurt.
Oh Lord, how many times will I die with every heartache, tear that I
Carry lovely
cry?
human beings.
Will I find my path? Oh Lord, how hard I try. How many times will I die?
And she didn't deserve to die.
Oh Lord, how many songs?
We were all pushed behind this barrier of police, and the lorries would come in, and it all went quiet. And then somebody said, "There's somebody under a lorry." We knew it was Jill.
Listen to the wind. If you listen to the voice inside, you will not have to ask me again.
The animal liberation movement is a compassionate movement. It's made up of people who really care and who are very willing to put their lives and freedom on the line to save animals. Unfortunately, those people that are torturing animals or that are fighting for laws to keep animals exploited are violent. And we've seen that when they've hurt and killed other human beings in the movement. I read a book called Free the Animals by Ingrid Newkirk. It hit me so hard. It was so fascinating to learn about the early days of the Animal Liberation Front and to read about the individual struggles of those men and women who put their masks on in the middle of the night and go and save those animals that are being tortured and commit acts of sabotage and break the law to help animals.
My decision to engage in serious criminal activity was a conscious decision I made as an individual solely because I felt that the consequences were acceptable.
Rod Coronado is an important individual in the animal liberation movement because he's done so many things to bring awareness about the plight of animals. He started Operation Bite Back, which was years of animal liberations, economic sabotage, which really brought forth the atrocities that occur in laboratories to animals in vivisection, fur farms, all kinds of animal exploitation.
The chances of dying in an auto accident are much greater than that being captured doing a hunt sabotage or animal liberation. And every day we take those risks knowingly and unknowingly, but yet are hesitant to do the risks that matter the most to our conscience and ourselves and our future. Earth First in Sabino Canyon, Tuesday morning. We're on top of the hunters. We will not let them move forward without a fight. What is most